the most important question to get right is the first question. So even in English, when I go get interviewed, I always ask, what is the first question? You don't have to tell me all the questions, but what is the first question? Because you don't want to stumble in the beginning. So of course, that's what I obsess and get phobic about. Because if you trip in the beginning, then you're off kilter for the rest of it. It's just like rally racing. You make a mistake in the beginning, you're like, uh-oh, I have to recover, I have to recover, I have to recover. And that type of self-doubt causes this domino effect of mistakes. So there's the question of like, how much do you psych yourself up and get irrationally optimistic? Does that help performance? Sometimes. Versus how much do you plan for the contingencies, the plan B in case of screw up? And that balance is really important to a successful interview. You can't be 100% one or the other. Looks like a wrap to me on that segment. I think I'm up. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, you guys can mic wherever you'd like to mic.
Okay. Mind if I clip this on your back?
Yeah, go for it.
We do this for every guest.
We're rolling jeans.
The floor, you're about to roll down.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Very
I was like
cute.
sweatpants or jeans. I was
Very
like,
cute.
okay,
Yeah,
all right, good.
Gives us much more
Are you nervous?
Anything, Janelle?
Why?
I'm always nervous before this kind of stuff.
And animation's up.
Maybe I'll
Stand by camera 3. In 5, 4, 3.
Thank you for sharing your afternoon with us on Kababayan Today. This is America's first and only daily talk show for and about the Filipinos, and that is why I'm so excited for the next two segments, because I'm introducing you to a non-Filipino. He is an accomplished American author, a New York Times best-selling author, an angel investor, motivational speaker, a host of his own show, and yet, despite the busy schedule, he carved time off to learn about the Filipino culture and actually learn to speak in Tagalog. I'm talking about the Tim Ferriss. Hello and welcome to Kababayan Today.
Thank you very much for having me.
For people that are seeing you for the first time, introduce yourself. Tell us about the book that, got you the New York Times bestselling, got you on the list.
Well, I think it all starts with me being a human guinea pig. So I try all sorts of absurd experiments myself so that other people can hopefully pull away one or two things that get them very large results from minimal time. So the 4-hour work week was a bit of an accident. I never planned on being an author. It was rejected by 27 publishers or so. And then all of a sudden, that did well, surprisingly. Got into 35 or so languages. And now I'm an author, but I'm also obviously doing experiments now for television.
That in itself is something that's very impressive to me, because you got rejected, what, 26 times?
Yeah, 26, 27 times.
How do you deal with rejection like that?
I think that whether it's online or even before the internet, but certainly now, you have to focus on the number of people who get it, not dwell on the number of people who don't get it. So it's very important for me to surround myself. For instance, I was also rejected by a bunch of agents. And then there was one agent who was formerly a very good editor who totally got what I was trying to accomplish with the book, what I was trying to convey, which was based on a class I used to teach at Princeton University in high-tech entrepreneurship. And so I stuck with him. I kept myself close to him, and he believed in the book when I didn't, and conversely, I believed maybe when he flagged a little bit.
Right.
And so having that small core team helped me to push through. And of course, as you're practicing a pitch 27 times, you get better and also more desperate. So at the end, I was willing to throw a few Hail Marys, and I was more polished. So
And you did it a few more times. 3 times, right? Three books.
Times.
New York Times best-selling author. And so after conquering the publishing world, and now you're trying to get into TV. Tell us about Tim Ferriss Experiment.
So the Tim Ferriss Experiment is basically taking all the things I like about writing books, the finding of the world's best teachers, the experimentation, all of that exploration, and taking away the part I don't particularly like, which is the actual writing of the book. So now I can do it visually, and I get to try to tackle some of the world's coolest skills and deconstruct them, take them from seeming complicated to seeming very simple with the help of teachers all over the place. And that's intended not to be the Tim is awesome show, but the you can be awesome show. So in every normal person, I think there's the potential for real greatness, and they just need a better toolkit. So I'm searching for that toolkit.
And the experiment for this particular show is to learn to speak Tagalog.
I know.
How long have you been learning Tagalog?
I think if you add it all up, it's probably about 3.5 days total.
3.5 days, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, we're just getting things figured out on Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then here we are. So I'd say
it's intense.
very intense.
And this is the day of reckoning for Tim Ferriss. Are you ready?
As ready as I'm going to be.
All right, so I got him comfortable first speaking English, and now we're going to speak
No,
Tagalog.
baseball bat to the head. With
You
the
know, I do that.
Tagalog.
I do English, and then when I run out of things to say in English, I switch back to Tagalog. Tagalog is my first language, of course, but it's not yours, so...
It is not at
How
all.
nervous are you right now?
Very nervous.
Very nervous.
Yeah, tingnan mo. Pawis everywhere.
Oh,
I even have my trademark, makintab na noo.
I love that. See, you're learning. All right. Bakit mo naisipan na tuklasin ang kulturang Pilipino?
Kulturang Pilipino. Kasi may Pinoy friends ako. Gusto kong mag-scuba diving. Love it. Tsaka gusto ko si Manny Pacquiao, siyempre.
Yes, of
Ang
course.
galing-galing. I'm a huge fan.
Ano para sa'yo ang nakakaakit at nakakagulat na mga aspeto ng kultura or wikang Tagalog or Filipino?
Yeah. I learned a lot with my host family. Sandali. Mabuting tanong yang. So I buy myself time. Mabait
You need
at
to-
very friendly ang mga tao.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
And mahirap bang mag-aral ng wikang Tagalog?
Oh, thank you, thank you. Mahirap mag-aral ng 3 days lang. Napaka-stressful. Tagalog grammar is also very nuanced.
Right.
Halimbawa, kumain ako ng manok, I ate the chicken, versus kinain ako ng manok, the chicken ate me.
We don't want that.
Grabe.
Right.
Yeah, we don't want that. Kawawa.
And then also some words, di ba, na pareho, isang word, isang salita,
Yeah.
iba't iba ang ibig sabihin. Katulad ng,
So you've got, well, vinegar and vomit.
suka and suka at the
Yeah.
same time. We have galing. Galing is, you know, like you,
Galing-galing. Ang
magaling ka.
galing-galing.
Yes. Pero galing is I came from, you know,
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, the emphasis is very, very tricky in Filipino.
You have nothing to worry about though, because you know what? The host family loves you. Mia and Diamond and her family hosted Tim for the last how many days, Tim?
It's been 2 or 3 days. Pretty much the entire time I was learning.
All right. So sila din tinuruan ka rin mag-Tagalog.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Filipinos are very encouraging. They want you to win.
Yes, they do. And we'll have more when we return on the show. Don't go away. Still? Still?
No, I'm always. No, I'm good. I'm good.
And animation's up. Stand by camera 2. Camera 2. 3.
Tim Ferriss of the Tim Ferriss Experiment is joining us today on our program because his latest experiment is learning to speak Tagalog. How's it been, Tim?
It's been fantastic. It's really been wonderful. I can't wait to go to the Philippines.
And this is actually the exam first before he goes to the Philippines because we're interviewing him in Tagalog. Mahirap ito ha. Maski nga ako, I can't speak in straight Tagalog. And I grew up there. right?
Taglish.
So yes,
The name of the game.
We're fluent in Taglish.
I'm getting there.
All right, moving on. May paborito ka bang salita sa Tagalog?
Aba, oo. Joke lang to. Tungkol sa elevator. Bababa. Pa? Bababa.
Yeah, right.
Cheesy. Isang syllable lang.
Yeah, a full conversation with question and answer with just one syllable. Para sa mga hindi nakakakilala sa'yo, I know we talked about this earlier, in English, in Tagalog, ipaliwanag mo sa kanila kung sino ka at ano ang iyong programa.
So in Tagalog or English?
Tagalog.
Tagalog. Okay. Walang problema. Ang TV show ko, The Tim Ferriss Experiment, nagtuturo na mawala ang takot nyo. Many different fears. Gaya ngayong speaking Tagalog on TV. And I think of myself as a teacher more than a writer, so that's appropriate.
So, ano ngayon sa pag-aaral mo ng wikang Tagalog ang pinakamahirap?
Ay, nako. Pinakamahirap. Pinakamahirap, talaga ang Chinese characters. Pareho so, Janelle so.
Right.
Tsaka para sa akin, swimming, lumangoy. Kasi nag-collapse ang left lung ko. Preemie ako.
Okay. Left lang, baga.
That's right.
Kaliwang, baga.
Yeah. Isa lang ang baga ko.
Ayan. Ano naman ang sikreto mo sa pag-aaral ng mabilisan nitong mga iba't ibang wika at gawa?
Get ready to give her 3 minutes.
I'll talk about the wika specifically. Dalawa ang sikreto ko. Una, ginagamit ko ang memory technique ng mga Griego. Pangalawa, okay, ano to?
Ano yan? Pac-Man?
Pusit.
Pusit! Okay.
Ito?
Another pusit.
Opposite. Okay, okay. So, ngayon sa English, the memory techniques that I use to remember vocabulary, for instance, takot, right?
Okay.
I could think of a taco, using imagery and placement. This is what the Cicero did when he was remembering long Senate debates. You can use it for almost anything, playing cards.
Right.
Then the second is trying the opposite. So looking at what people always do. For instance, for the tango in Argentina, I learned the female role first, which is very unusual. And that allowed me to progress really quickly and get to the World Championships in about 6 months.
Yes.
So trying the opposite, even for one class or 1 week.
You studied tango only for 6 months?
Yeah, about 6 months.
And you hold a record for doing the most spins?
Spins in 1 minute.
Nahilo ka ba?
Yeah, you get very sick.
See? Oh my gosh, you can respond to me now in Tagalog. So you really learned it.
Learned a fair amount. you
How
know.
has this experience been like for you? What was the most enjoyable? What was the most difficult? Nerve-wracking, maybe, this interview?
Nerve-wracking. I've really made huge mistakes. Actually, just once, I totally blew a Spanish interview because I lacked the vocabulary. So I was very nervous coming into this interview. But I think if you take it dahan-dahan, and you realize that even kahit konti lang, malaking bagay, right? Like a little bit goes a very long way.
Right.
And even in this short period of time, I think anyone can lay the foundation to enjoy a language forever, just in 1 week, 2 weeks.
So you're telling me that you've never been to the Philippines, yet you speak like a Filipino now, right? Fluent in both English and Tagalog. Batiin mo yung ating mga manonood at imbitahin mo sila na panoorin ang The Tim Ferriss Experiment.
Yeah, so I could explain the Tim Ferriss Experiment. So, okay. Magandang araw po. Magandang araw po. Ako po si Tim Ferriss, or Ferriss, if you prefer. The Tim Ferriss Experiment is really about conquering fears and finding the world's best teachers to explore the world's coolest skills and allowing people to find the greatness within themselves. So I'd say maraming salamat po and hanggang sa muli.
Hanggang sa muli. One last question. What is the Tagalog for fruit salad?
I don't know.
Fruit salad.
Fruit salad.
Yes, kayang-kaya mo na. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for learning Tagalog, and we hope to see you back on the
Walang anuman. I hope to be back.
with more Tagalog.
Absolutely.
Good luck on your show. More power. Thank you for joining us. Happy Friday once again. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. You were great,
That was great. Thank you.
right? Okay, good. You were amazing.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Oh, man. Languages are thought. Language is thought. So when you learn a new language, even in a few days, you get an entirely new lens through which you can view the entire world. How cool is that? Like, if you want to improve your thinking, if you want to understand a culture, you have to learn the language because you're learning thoughts. That's all culture is. It's shared beliefs and behaviors.